My name is Ashley Triscutt. I'm the VP of Marketing. I'm at Prognos Health. So we work with pharmaceutical and biotech companies to provide very important critical data for complex clinical populations. So we enrich and harmonize data to make it precise, actionable, comprehensive, and timely, mostly in oncology and rare disease.
What were some challenges your team was facing? How did our collaboration help address those challenges?
We're a pretty lean team, so marketing team is. I historically have worked in software as a service, and it's ideal to keep folks lean. I've hired full-time graphic designers and web designers before, and sometimes you just don't have enough work for them to stay engaged year-round, and then you wind up losing your really great resource. Probably 5 or 6 years ago, when I was working in private equity, I started outsourcing and found that to be a really good fit, right? So I've worked with a number of different design firms over the years. When I came to Designforce, I was actually ending a contract with another design, so with one of your competitors. They had not delivered. A lot of times I would have to do 10, 15, 16 iterations for their design team when I provided very specific guidance and direction. Found it was just taking up a lot of my time, and I wasn't able to work at the pace that I was looking for. And frankly, they're very, very expensive. So they're at the cost of what you would expect like a traditional agency to be, except the work was just really not quality. A lot of mistakes were made. They would have rewritten it. It was very odd. For me, I was looking to move very, very quickly, needed to do a rebrand. I needed to launch a couple of products in our oncology and rare disease space. I was just looking for a design team that could work a lot faster. Those that were also not in really different time zones. I did like some outreach and did a bunch of demos, and ultimately I found that Designforce worked really well, and now we're actually coming up at a year, and I would say there have been very few hiccups along the way, which is fantastic.
Since partnering with Designforce, how has your business, marketing, or creative workflows changed for the better?
For creative workflows, it's been easier. Designforce actually has everything kind of baked in there. I don't have to worry about setting up like a ClickUp. We don't have an enterprise Figma for the most part. We work almost exclusively out of HubSpot, CMS, and I use Canva. Right? So that's kind of like one nice thing is we don't have to have extra tools and extra workflows and stuff like that. It's just handled by Designforce. We have actually seen like a 400% inbound growth this year. And that I would say, like, you know, it's content, it's channels, it's how it is that we're targeting. But honestly, if I didn't have new web pages that Designforce had helped me pull through, or a new capabilities deck, or those case studies that have been so effective in bringing in activity, if I didn't have stuff that looked good, then I wouldn't have had any of that engagement. You know, we initially had a WordPress, and then we migrated it to HubSpot CMS. And I worked with that competitor, group to try to revise the web pages. I wasn't getting the traffic that I would expect. And the way that Designforce has structured the page, I mean, I've seen like 1,000% increase in traffic. I think it's just the way that those elements and that design and UX is done. Their brand looks very unique. It looks very different. It's very identifiable. We were at a conference. We were lined up with all of our competitors, and we by far had the most traffic. We had 60 to 70 people come to our booth. Our competitor that was 2 over probably had 15. Like a giant pop-up banner, and ours is so easy to read, and it's so clear, and it's so engaging. People came to us pretty much very immediately. I've recommended Designforce to many other people that are in my network.
What made you choose Designforce instead of other design options available to you?
Cost was actually one of them. From a cost perspective, your contracting is very flexible. I think at one point I accumulated something like 350 extra hours because we don't need anybody in Q4. I dismissed design companies that were not flexible like that. They're like, nope, you lose all of your hours like in a month. I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't work out for me. For me, I've been doing this for a really long time. And I just, found it to be a really good fit. The other thing that I've noticed, Designforce does not seem to have as many junior designers as I've experienced in the past, right? So there's a big split. Like they bring somebody on a call that's very senior. It seems they know what they're doing. You know that they're not the one they're executing the work. I would say that like Designforce is built of people I would probably hire full-time if I had enough of a need for it. So for me, it just feels like an extension of the team. I was asked if I wanted to hire a marketing design resource, and I said no. I was all set with Designforce, and I would just be sticking with that.
Would you feel comfortable recommending Designforce to other companies or colleagues?
Yeah, so I've had a lot of folks that have asked me. I don't even really care if there's like a referral. Like, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm always like, nope, just go these guys to Designforce. They're great. And I'm giving negative feedback about other design companies that I've worked with that have not been good. It's usually folks who are coming to me like, hey, Ashley, do you know any good graphic designers in your network? And I'm like, I do. So I would recommend using Designforce instead.
What are you looking forward to as you continue working with Designforce?
Yeah, so I mean, we've done a lot of projects, which is really nice, right? Like our website still desperately needs a lot of refreshing, right? Had a lot of problems when I joined a few years ago, right? And again, we had like design team that didn't help me accelerate. So I think I'm probably the most excited is that I can accelerate and keep building upon what we've done, right? There's some really nice templates we pulled together. We're kind of moving through content for what it is that we can do. And yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to accelerate and continue doing what we're doing and feel like that it's really seamless and fairly easy. I also have a very happy CFO. Our budget is in really good shape this year. And I really attribute that to having much lower cost design resources. And it's, again, they're much higher impact too. So that's just a win-win from that perspective.